Hi, what's up? I have a big backlog of videos that I'm working on. There's like 3 or 4 more that I want to do about Japan, and then we're gonna start with like the 2018 list season. Top anime, top music, movies I've seen, books I've read, all things like that. And then after all of that, we're gonna get back to reading manga if that's what you're mostly interested in. I really do want to get back to reading manga as soon as possible. Um, since I went to Japan, like since before Christmas, I haven't read any manga, like on camera or otherwise. So there's a big backlog, and I'm very eager to get to it and to share it with everyone too, which I've missed doing. I really have missed doing it. It makes reading manga a lot more fun, and I feel bad that I missed being able to talk about certain moments that I read during the hiatus. So I do want to get to that as soon as possible, and I do want to make all of these other videos I'm talking about too. But right now we're gonna eat candy. Talk about candy. This is a product I saw in a convenience store just recently. I'm not sure when it came out. It says new. Maybe it came out while I was in Japan. It looks like it might be an American import because it has a Chicago distributor and Starburst.com, and I'm pretty sure Canadian packages have a different distributor and link to like Wrigley's.ca or something. I think you gotta know these things if you're gonna be a YouTube star reviewing Starbursts. The concept of this flavor is really bizarre to me. It's called Sweet Heat. Okay, which reminds me immediately of the Doritos Sweet Chili Heat, which is something I don't hate, but don't really like that much either. They are fruity flavors with a spicy kick, which really sounds impossible to me. That sounds like a really terrible idea. I'm not sure how they're going to translate something like spice into just basically a square of chemicals, which is what a Starburst is. Um, I don't notice anything in the ingredients list that's like abnormal, besides all of the things that are always abnormal. Um, I guess it's just an artificial flavor, an artificial flavor of spice. And what scares me is that the spice doesn't have any origin in terms of the flavor names. It's just a description of the heat. So there's fiery watermelon, which is like an oxymoron. There's flamin' orange. I feel like the word flamin' is maybe not a good word to use in your product name just because it has a lot of other associations. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it because it's like gay slang, because I'm being homophobic, but just that it's like not an association you need to make with a candy. It feels like a mistake that it's called that. And then there's strawberry mango, which just is fine. That sounds good. That's just 2 fruits. And then pipe and pineapple. And pipe and again. Like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, that's definitely slang. Um, so I don't know. This almost feels like a joke. It feels like I bought like a novelty product or something. Or like a prop from a movie set that they forgot to remove. So I'm very pessimistic going into this, which is in stark contrast from the other Starburst review videos I did. Where I'm usually a big fan of this candy. I'm always excited to try their new flavors. This just seems like a really terrible idea. Like, it just really seems like this couldn't possibly be good. Right? Like, I'm not being overly dismissive or pessimistic here, am I? Um, and I mean, I've never been a big fan of like Flamin' Doritos or anything like that. Is that what they're called? Flamin' Doritos? Okay. This is gonna be terrible. There's the flamin' orange. And the packaging has like a flame on it instead of just the drops. Um, oh, that's terrible. Oh man, I really don't like that. So it's like, at the beginning, it just tastes like normal orange. Like orange from like the normal flavor set. And you're like, okay, this is fine. Like those aren't actually that great, IMO. But I'm content with it. I'm wondering if it's just like extremely not spicy. So much that I can't even notice it, but that doesn't seem right. And then this like other thing in it, and when I looked at the candy, it was a little heterogeneous. Like it wasn't all the same color. There's like little splotches, and I kind of thought like, oh, maybe they're gonna like dissolve at different rates, and it's gonna be like a kick. And that's the idea, I guess. But I don't really understand how anyone could find that pleasant. It was just like a really chemically taste, kind of just painful, generically painful. Not really spicy. I mean, I'm not, you know, amazing with handling spice in general, but like no one would find that spicy. I think everyone would just find it like slightly unpleasant. This is pipe and pineapple. This one I'm also scared of because generally they don't do a pineapple flavor very well. It's like a very basic taste. They did it in like a pina colada flavor, which I don't like that much. It's the worst part of the tropical ones, IMO. Well, that's not bad. That's like definitely like kind of tastes like pineapple for once. No, it's no good. It's definitely no good. Why would they do this? I think the only precedent for this is something like cinnamon hearts. It kind of has the same feeling as cinnamon hearts, where it just sort of burns you a little bit, and you're just unhappy. I never liked cinnamon hearts. I guess maybe if you like cinnamon hearts, you might like this. But cinnamon hearts don't have a fruit flavor component too, and I think it's telling that the flavors aren't like combined at all in your mouth. It's just that you taste the pineapple part, which was pretty good in this one, and then it's completely overwhelmed with the spicy part, and there's no aftertaste of the pineapple part. It's just gone. All you can taste is this terrible chemical taste, and it's like they just couldn't coexist. If it coexisted, maybe it would be kind of nice. Then it might be like eating fruit in like a spicy dish, you know, like a piece of pineapple and spicy ribs or something. That's pretty good. That could be pretty good. But there's the fruit flavor isn't like complex enough to like carry through the chemical flavor, and the chemical flavor is like way too simple. It's really too bad. So now I'm gonna try the strawberry mango, which I'm actually very excited for. I think strawberry mango is like a fantastic combination. One that works really well even in like the lower tiers of food. So like McDonald's has a strawberry mango smoothie that I think is really good. Because I think they're such simple tastes that you can bring it through even in like a form like that. I think McDonald's uses like a fruit puree or something, and Starburst uses a combination of juices and artificial flavors. So they're usually pretty good at like fruit combination flavors, and usually the simpler the better in terms of fruits. But they can have like a nice, if not complex, then satisfying taste. And here it's like homogeneous. The color of the candy is the same throughout. And it has the flame. Okay, I get it now. Sort of. Okay, that's okay. Um, so it's like sort of similar, even though I didn't see the splotches on this one. I did the same sort of thing where you chewed it for a while and it was one taste, and then it kind of transformed into another taste. And I was like, oh, I think they actually had that product a while ago. Ones that would change flavor as you chew them. And I remember not really liking them because the second flavor was always like very basic and kind of had like a chemically taste. So I think it's it's like the same thing. It's the same thing, but they just tried to get over the fact that the other flavor doesn't taste very good. I think probably because it can't have like actual fruit juices in it, or maybe like the sort of sweetener they use is different. But I just don't think it's very good, and it doesn't have anywhere near the subtlety of the main Starburst flavors. Um, so they were like, okay, well we can't really match that, so we'll just put like really extreme flavors in. Maybe people will like that. But no, it's terrible. You shouldn't do that, and especially not with spicy. That's so dumb. I guess it could have been worse. It could have been like savory or something. Savory sweet. I mean, in theory, I could love something like that. I could like an actual product, um, like or actually like an actual not product, like something made in a restaurant that aimed to have a sweet and savory combination, but not a candy, not a tiny square of sugar. This one is fiery watermelon. Uh, mm, Even the watermelon part is pretty nice. Hmm. No. No, it's no good. Oh, oh, it's not disappointing because as soon as I saw it, I was like, "It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of." And I guess if I had really thought about it, this is what I would imagine it would taste like. But I knew it would be about this bad. I wouldn't have been able to like actually imagine what that was like to experience though. So in a way, I guess I'm glad I did it. It was a new experience. It was very disappointing because they all started off tasting okay, and then they got a lot worse. I don't know, man. I've been disappointed with Starburst lately. It feels like they just can't, you know, excuse me, go back to their glory days. Summer fiesta, berries and cream. Anyways, we'll talk about disappointing anime next.